Good morning.
Hey, Seattle.
As always, it's your girls, Jasmine and Shantae.
Welcome to another Thursday morning and another episode of The Way with Jazz and Tay.
We'll be bringing you lots of laughs and class to get you ready for the day and the weekend ahead.
Will it be the way or not the way? Find out and join the conversation.
Good morning.
Hey.
Welcome to another Thursday with The Way. It's your girl, Jazz and
Shantae.
And we are so excited. The sun is out. The sun's been out.
Absolutely.
And we've got a special guest with us today. We will be having a music artist, Seattle local artist, BlkSknn,
coming on to join us during our review of the week. We're going to talk about his new music today. We're really excited to get into that. The project's really dope. So
yes, we've been listening to it.
Stay tuned for that. But first, we're going to get into a really quick recap of our weeks. You know, so much has happened since last week, with us being in quarantine and all.
Can you hear the sarcasm in her voice?
It's dripping.
One more month.
At least.
I need it to be over.
Right.
I need it to be over. I am not mentally this strong.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you are. Because you have roommates. You have roommates. You're okay with it. I'm by myself. I got to stare at the wall and like talk to the wall a lot. I'm like, I've seen that wall before, but I haven't seen you this time. You know, you got to make things up.
You know what's weird about that? I'm very 50-50 split.
Okay.
I am very grateful that I've had roommates because I probably would be talking to walls by now. But
Yeah.
I'm also the type of person that needs their space.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm like,
Sure.
yo.
It's like, and I can feel that because like our other roommates kind of been gone the last few days, and like some days even us will just kind of like keep to ourselves, and it's just like it just needs.
It's like it's nothing about you. It's really about me.
Right, like
I
It's
just
not
need
you.
me
It's
time.
me. It's not
no,
you.
mental
it's
health
me.
check. Mental health check.
Yeah, I get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Jazz,
But-
want to kick it off?
I've actually got some pretty exciting news.
The second one, so.
What?
I'm sorry.
I've got some exciting news. I started working full time again.
Hey.
Yeah, in this climate, I'm really thankful to have a job, let alone being able to work full time. So that's a really exciting. Was I really ready to go back to work all the time? No, absolutely not.
I feel like that's the caveat. It's
Right.
like, you've got a job again, but hey, you've got a job again.
Right, but here I am. You know, I have a job, and I'm in no position to complain about it. So I'm really happy. I started working full time again, and then I straightened my hair. For those of you guys who cannot see, this girl, thank you. Oh, Benny, I love. This is exactly the type of energy that I need.
Shantae's like, what? Like,
Yeah, so here's the gag.
For hair?
I started the process on Friday. Went the entire weekend with like this nappy rat's nest of a mess on my head.
So that's
A
just
double
kidding. No,
air
just
horn.
kidding. Hey, some people are into that, you know, like.
You know, and then eventually on Sunday I whipped it out, and I'm actually really excited. Like, it turned out really well. I consider myself a professional at this point. So
If you're trying to get your hair done,
Right.
Jazz can do box braids, passion twists, and straighten hair.
and I could do your makeup.
It's a whole look.
All
can
in
do- I
one
can
sitting.
And
Exactly.
she can do nails. It's Jazzy's nails
Look
and hair.
at me. I'm
hair
your
and
new
nails.
esthetician, cosmetologist, hairologist.
You're gonna be like in one of those trucks that drives up, right? And you'll be like, "Come on in," like a taco truck.
Right,
Well, you can
it's-
even add
it's-
tacos on the side too, like have someone cook them in there.
Benny,
I'm just
Benny,
saying.
you might have done, because imagine like this.
Just came up with something.
Imagine
like
it's no, really. Imagine it's like someone's big day, and they don't have space to like, you know, maybe get ready for all the primping and whatnot. I come through with my hair, makeup, nails, taco truck.
Pause. I feel like the health department's not with that.
I'm sure we'll get code somewhere approved, you know, at some point. I think it's a one-stop shop. I think you got something going on. I just want 45% of all, you know, proceeds and all that right now. That's all I'm putting my
Benny,
name
that's
into.
a high cut.
Someone's. You gotta start.
Did he
Hey.
just say 75?
Do I
Oh,
want to? I have to make the. No, I didn't say 70. I said 45. That's reasonable. Okay, I'll go to 30. I'll start at 30.
There we go.
I can
Awesome.
do
Great.
that.
I gotta enlarge our fleet after the first couple. You know, I'm thinking big.
You negotiated.
Yeah.
That was so easy.
Benny, you're a funny guy.
But yeah, that's literally those are probably the two biggest highlights of my week. I'm trying to think anything else, and no, really that's it. Oh, they canceled the Met Gala, which would have been on Monday, and that was going to be the other highlight. But sad face there. Sad day in fashion on that one.
I feel the exact same way. Like, I have notes, but I only really did one thing worth mentioning. We actually got a fire pit a couple weeks ago. We got some firewood. So we set that up and we roasted marshmallows. We roasted marshmallows, made s'mores. It felt like I was a kid again with my parents camping. It was really nostalgic, actually.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
And I really enjoed it. So we're going to do that all weekend.
You listened to me from a couple of weeks ago because, I built one for my boys at the house. So.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. I think that was part of what sparked the whole
see what you did there.
No, I really do.
I see what you did there. Spark. See what you did there.
I didn't even.
Totally.
You're like, no, I didn't.
Intentionally.
Didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
But it does. It brings back good feelings of like, when you're a kid growing up out in the campgrounds. I mean, people need to be start doing that anyways just to get out of the house and just, do the thing. Right. But it does. It just kind of like calms things down at a different level.
Yes, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. We got to sit around, listen to good music, and
I ate like 3 s'mores, which was probably 2 s'mores more than I needed.
But hey, we're in quarantine and there's just no rules at this point. But yeah, that's been my week. Other than that, I've been reading, and that's really it.
I've been journaling too. Hey.
Ooh, look at us. We can talk about that during our hot topic because that's coming back up.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna play we're just gonna do a couple of questions, but maybe we bring in our guest for this.
Yes, we've got a couple icebreaker questions, and we want to include our guest, BlkSknn. Let's go ahead.
We'll do a more formal introduction of him when we get to our review of the week, but we're going to bring him in for this just so that we can warm him up before we start grilling him about his new project.
So, these aren't going to be anything like super crazy. Don't worry, okay? I'm not going to catch you off guard, as I usually do.
Okay, cool. Do it. I'm ready.
Okay, so if you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be? Is that the snap of a finger?
First thing that comes to your head. First thing that comes to your head.
Like a car mechanic.
Yeah. My car's broke. Come fix it.
Yeah. See, my car is always broke, so I'm always fixing something.
Okay.
So if I had all the knowledge, I wouldn't have to worry about it being broken.
That's a good skill to have.
That is a good, yeah. Oh, I don't even know what mine would be if I could instantly become an expert. Oh, hold on, pause, hands down. An entertainer performer on like the Beyonce level. That.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's like 5 skills at once.
Whatever.
That's dance. Okay. That's singing.
If I could become an expert at being Beyonce, how's that?
I love it.
I guess that's fair. That's fair.
I love that.
Right?
I love it because actually, mine is going to be like 5 is like more than 5 as well. I wish I could be an expert in the entire Adobe Creative Suite. Like if I could know how to do Premiere, Audition, Photoshop.
Now these are real. These are like
stuff.
practical skills.
Just
yes.
know them.
Man. I wouldn't have thought of that one. That's a good one.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Nice.
Betty, what about you?
I think I might have to echo on yours a little bit as far as like singing, because I don't think I've ever had to, but like I want to, because it's like you can always make something out of that. You know what I mean? Going somewhere, you can always make someone's day and just keep it lively. I mean, even if you're by yourself on a desert island, you can sing to yourself, keep you busy.
I like that.
All right.
And then a record producer afterwards, and I could produce and make CDs afterwards. Like,
okay.
Hey, what's up? Ding, ding.
Minnie, should we start a band?
We should start a band.
No, we sing too,
We
right?
sing, we rap.
Oh, I know.
We do a little song and dance.
And we can act too. Like
Need to work on that.
total package.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, now circling back to you talking about wanting to become a car mechanic. What is in the trunk of your car right now?
The trunk of my car right now, a gas can.
An essential?
yeah, a gas can. There's like some sweaters back there. I think I got some shoes in my trunk.
Because when you get stranded on the road side of the road looking for gas and you need to keep warm, smart guy.
You never know. Yeah, I think that's about it. I got a tire back there. Like that's about, I lost all my tools in my last car because but other than that, that's all I got in my trunk.
Do you know how to change a tire?
I do know how to change a tire. Although I don't do it because I don't like doing it, I know how to do it.
Okay, but you have the capabilities to it.
Exactly.
That's good.
I got AAA, so I don't gotta.
But girls, do you know how to change a tire? It's very important life skill.
I haven't changed a tire in a while, but I definitely know how to.
Good. Okay, it's a good life skill, I believe.
And a lot of cars like automatically kind of have all the tools that you need in order to do that. So if you can't figure it out with what's given to you, then that's a shame.
Good call.
My bad.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I have YouTube and a phone, and also I got USA and AA insurance, which if I call them, they will come do it for me.
Here's the other thing too, though. She's absolutely right when she talks about how she's got like YouTube and whatnot, because she will figure out anything. Like, oh, let's just YouTube it. Let's find
YouTube University. That's what it's.
That's how I figure out what's wrong with my car and how to fix it. I just YouTube it and they'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
There we go.
I love YouTube. I swear by it.
The worst is when you get into the project. Let's say you got to change your alternator or whatever, and then you break something, and then you got to like double back, and you're like, man, I was into this project, and now I got to do two things, and like, I'm late for work.
Especially when it's like your fault that it's.
Oh yeah.
I could do this easy breezy, and then you just make it worse, and then I have to spend more money.
We've all been there.
It happens to all of us.
I would honestly never know if I broke something. Like I'd be like, somebody's got to come get it now, because it could be anything at this point.
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more?
Let's do one more. Oh, this I think could be kind of cool, actually. If you have to wear a t-shirt with one word on it for 1 year, what word do you choose?
Jesus.
Okay.
Not for any religious reasons, just because.
So there's a deeper meaning behind that, for sure.
Right. Interesting.
Interesting take.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Because if I could put black in front of it, that'd make it better. But
Okay, so here's the thing. I was thinking black. In my mind, I was thinking black. But like, here's the thing. The fun fact about having just the one word is it can incite so many thoughts or questions or conversations. And like Jesus can do that. Black can do that, because black what?
Yeah, true. It's like a question mark.
Yeah. Right.
I'm dead.
What word would you put, Benny?
Off the top of my head was either like, I have two. I would go, well, as a joke, I'd be like banging. Just because it's funny. I don't know. I think that'd be cool. I can see you guys get it. You're like, right? And then like, right? Or yeah. I mean, there's so or just talk. Like, I think just the word talk. I mean, it can, I kind of echo the same thing with Jesus. There's so many more levels of just what that word can mean alone. Even if your people are walking like, yeah, I haven't done that to anybody today. I haven't talked to anybody, or maybe I should start more, or they haven't done enough, or,
Right.
That's
true.
a very,
just right in my head, that just off the top there.
Tay, do you have your word?
I think it would be feminist.
They have those shirts.
I know. I got like socks. I got
Taking mental notes.
something like that.
That's cool. I like that. Because again, it's another one that can start conversation and
Right.
Alrighty, let's go ahead.
Wait, pause.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
I think I said black.
You would do black?
Yeah,
That was your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, dang, did I say that in my head? Did I not say that?
Well, we didn't directly go to you for your
You're
word.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys. You're right. I was ready to just fire. On to the next one. Yeah, I think I would do black, because there's nothing else that is on the top of my mind that would be interesting or meaningful.
Would
but
it
you
be
could
spelled the
something
same?
Like insecure though.
Aww.
But no. But it could have a double meaning. Because you could be talking about the show
True.
or the feeling, and that could
True.
incite some
That
conversation.
is true. That is
And
true.
if you talk about the show, you could get into, like, why is it called insecure?
Yeah. Also, I am insecure. We're just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest, you guys. She might be, but I think that might be alternative facts.
Alternative.
She's one of the most confident people I know.
Everybody has their days.
All right. So that we're gonna wrap up our questions and take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. When we come back from the break, we're gonna hop into our review of the week and talk to BlkSknn about his new project coming out tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're listening to The Way.
Welcome back, you guys. Thanks for tuning into The Way with Jazz and Tay. Before our break, I'm sorry. same track of mind as always. Before our break, we did a brief icebreaker and recapped our weeks. We've got local Seattle artist BlkSknn on with us.
What's up?
Thank you. Okay, we still got you here with us.
So we had the pleasure of meeting BlkSknn for the very first time at the Emerald City Gala back in December. And that was actually our first time meeting him. And before we interviewed him, we listened to his music and we really vibe with him. We love his music. So we had to get him on the show. And we were super excited when he reached out to us. So
yeah, we're
happy
so
to have you
honored.
here. Why don't you give our listeners like a little bit about you? Like, are you born and raised in Seattle? Just give us like 3 high level things about you.
Well, I was born and raised in Seattle, in the Central District. Lived all over Seattle though, like throughout my life. Went to Garfield High School.
Really?
Yeah. It's a pretty interesting experience. But I went there. And I got a big family, so a lot of people actually probably know other people in my family and don't even realize it, which is actually funny. The producer for this project is he went to school with my oldest brother.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so weird stuff like that always happens to me. Where I happen to know like one of my siblings or something.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Jasmine's the same way.
Yeah, I know everybody somehow, some way. Like, we can't go anywhere without me knowing somebody who knows me or my mom. Or we were at Safeway and the checker was like, "Oh, hey, do you know your like my sister?" She knew my sister. He knew my sister. Just yeah. So I totally get that.
That's crazy.
Small city.
I would love to know. Okay, so you went to Garfield, and that's where Jimi Hendrix went, or am I making that up?
That's
and
where
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones went there
Quincy
for sure.
Jones, Bruce Lee went there. Yeah, I don't really know who else went there, but
Did you see that? Did you see that in the school? Like, do they honor them at all?
Yeah.
Or is it just like a known fact?
Quincy Jones, they do. They have like a Quincy Jones Performing Arts Center, and they have like a dope band and everything, and like their music programs are cool. But other than that, they don't really like, it's just a school.
I'm clearly not from here. I just always wonder about that. I'm like, how like in it are they? Probably not. Okay. I just wanted to know that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk to you a little bit more about like your music background. I personally really like your vibe, and like, I don't know how to explain it, but like your music kind of sounds like it has like old school tones to it, but it's very like laid back and like I'm in Cali driving down the beach.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Chilling. And so I wanted to know like what inspired you to start rapping? Because I know the last time we interviewed you, we didn't really get into like nitty gritty.
Yeah, it was really loud in there. I don't know.
Yeah. And I remember you saying that Currency is like one of your favorite rappers, but would you say that he's one of your biggest influencers, or is there somebody else that's influenced your sound?
He's a pretty big influence, honestly. I found Currency like in middle school, and I've been listening since. He's a pretty big influence, but there's like also a handful of other people that influenced me a lot. Like Tribe Called Quest is actually what directly influenced me to start writing music. I quit my job and I was like sitting in my car doing Postmates, and I had to wait for this pizza. And I was listening to Midnight Marauder, and I heard Phife Dawg rapping, and I was like, I could do that. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. And ago.
How many years ago?
4 years.
Oh,
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of people who've been making music and they start like taking it serious, but they have like all of this time before that of actual, rapping and freestyling and all that. Like I have none of that experience. It's just 4 years. Like just those 4 years. Yeah.
Wow. So do you, like, growing up, did you come from a musical family or background as well? Like, did anybody else do?
Yeah, like I did. I was in choir from like kindergarten to 5th grade.
So you sing? Can you sing?
No, I can't. I cannot sing. I can hold a note, but I can't sing. I got a pretty good ear for music. Like I can tell when things are off key. And whatnot. Like I listen to a lot of music. My parents aren't from America. Like my dad's from St. Kitts and Nevis, and my mom's from Honduras, and so there's a lot of different music that's like been in my household. And then you have like the American influences that my parents ran into coming here. My mom is like a Christian woman, and so she has like her gospel music, and my dad being a Rastafarian, he has all this reggae music playing. And then my siblings, like I'm one of 10, and so all my oldest siblings, they have like all of this rap music, all this R&B, and then like the oldies that it's just so much stuff. It's so much stuff.
It was just like a huge like mixing, melting pot of music in your house growing up.
Yeah,
you got a little bit of everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
that is so dope.
Yeah,
what I like about that is that, because I feel like I can definitely it translates in your music. Like you can definitely tell that, like, you grew up around that, because like you said, you have a sound for that, you have an ear for that, and we can totally hear that in your music.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's slide into some questions about the project, because we're excited about it. So do you want to like tell the details? Do you want us to tell the details? What do we got going on?
Well, this is a sequel to a project that I put out like, I don't know, was it like 2 years ago? I put out a project called Disconnect. The concept was basically disconnecting from the world and reconnecting with yourself by being like super honest with yourself and about the things that are going on around you. And I basically just came upon a moment in my life where I felt like it was time to do that again. And so then that project came. It just naturally happened. Yeah.
Was there something that was going on in your life specifically that made you feel like I need to make this project, or was it just like kind of coming of age? Like I feel like we all kind of age and like go through things, and you're like, let's put this down.
I don't think it was anything in particular. I think it was like just a mixture of things, and just watching where life was going and where I want it to be, and like I feel like, as humans, a lot of times we try and have so much control over our lives, so much control to the point where we actually lose all control. And if you like take that little step back to realize that you don't actually have control, in some weird way, it gives you more control.
Ooh,
I
really like that.
Yes. And that is actually like, I love that you said that, because right now in the time that we're in, having something like this or being able to connect in that kind of way is really important. We need to be able to disconnect in that kind of way and get back to ourselves. So the timing is quite impeccable.
Yeah. So like, what inspired the timing for this one?
Yeah.
For this one,
was this planned? Like, did you already know that you were gonna drop it come spring?
Nah, not at all. Actually, I started working on it a month ago. So I was actually supposed to drop an album, and it didn't feel right. Everything didn't feel right around it, and so like I kind of had to like slow down on that, and slowing down on that, it kind of just caused a ripple effect with other things in my career, as far as like the people that are around me and whatnot, and some of the people, I've had to like, there had to be like distance in order for me to see where I actually wanted to go with the music. And so realizations like that, helped a lot with the creative process. Just kind of like just looking in the mirror, really, like that's what, just looking in the mirror and being like honest about just everything that you put forward into the world and the things that you get back in return.
Dang.
Did you have the beats that you put your words to, your music to? Did you have that beforehand as well, or did you just get that like about a month ago?
Oh man, my guy Southend makes a beat. It makes beats every day, not even one beat. He just makes beats every day, and he has a handful of records, and he samples straight from them. So he just sends me beats all the time, and I just scroll through them, and I like to pick the beats by like what I imagine the day feeling like listening to, the song, and then
that's part of why I asked, is because like it goes so well with kind of like what I feel like you're saying in your music. But then also, like I was telling Shantae this morning, listening to it, I'm like, I can just imagine listening to this like with a J in my hand, going for like a drive in the sunshine in like the summertime, like just but listening to the whole project as a whole kind of thing. It's like every song gives me that kind of vibe, that feeling.
Yeah, that's what I tried to. That's basically like where I was aiming for with this project. Like, I feel like the concept of the project could be like daunting to some people. It could just like seem like too much, but in reality, it's very simple. Like it's very, very simple. It is. In the most complex things like happen to just honestly be really simple.
Yeah. How would you sum it up? Like, if you were to compare it to another body of work, like if your listeners or for our listeners, how would you summarize it? Or like what kind of?
Oh man, when Currency did that run of mixtapes where it was dates, it was like 10-14 and then like 11-20 25 or something. He did a run of mixtapes like that. This is right in that vein, or like right in the vein of like Fire in the Clouds, or like it's super smooth. I would sum it up as just something you can play in the background, or something you can listen to like very loud.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sink your teeth into. It's got content, like actual content that you can look at and maybe even implement into your life if you wanted to, Like,
right.
Absolutely.
It teaches you stuff, it entertains you. It's all around great music, and I approve this message.
We do too. I definitely feel like now that we've talked a little bit about it, like I'm probably gonna go back to it and listen to it and hear it in a different way.
A different perspective.
I'm definitely gonna hear it, in a different way now.
So we actually want to play like our favorite track from the project for our listeners. Vinny's gonna cue that up for us, and then we'll talk to you a little bit about that song specifically.
All right, cool.
My new hoe, Betty helped me multiply the money like tenfold. I do what they don't, still need it all for my kinfolk. Now if I was a suck ass again, I would have been full. I've been on the road, planning, plotting on the C-note. Spend the rest of my time kicking rhymes like kendo. I ride slow and dodge potholes. There's plenty in my city, fake friends, they turn into foes, so I don't need them really. The rain coming down and the sound slip up on your steps to watch you drown. In a second, take a sec to look around. See the clowns in your section, weed them out. The grass was brown, now it's green, full of blessings. My again for the record, my again. I've been in the game for just a quick second, my again. And we growing coming from the northwest. Again, now Seattle's best, my again. I'll wake you up, you listen more and talk less, my again. I'm saying my wordplay make them go crazy. like they having babies. Sick with the penny sales and these lazy. Top tier, top 10, if they hate me. I've been in my room, in my groove, writing songs, trying to make niggas move with the tunes. I'm a boss, I ain't working for no crumbs or no loose change. Switch gears, now we're sitting in the fast lane. Dope like cocaine, need green like romaine. Eat good like shrimp fried rice, my in low main. Fire and propane, blowing up the whole game. King of the hill, king with the skills, against checkmate. Smoking the herb, lace my blunts with a little sage. Relieve the stress about my chest on a rough day. Design a plan so all my music will penetrate. Love got the game until I'm eating dollars off a dinner plate.
So that was Betty from BlkSknn's new project. And I don't think we ever said, but like, what's the project name?
Oh, it's called Disconnect 2.
Yes, so that was Betty from the Disconnect 2. As you guys can hear, that's a vibe. Like,
Yes.
I love that song so much.
I love the little hi-hat.
I love the little
Dude,
in the
South End,
beginning.
South End Music is a genius. If anyone needs beats, South End Music is the guy to talk to.
I might be hitting him up. I'm trying to launch a career.
Perfect man to talk to.
So let's talk about Betty a little bit. I want to know specifically what's the inspiration from that song. I love that song.
Oh,
I love
man.
the beat and the vibe.
Betty, it was inspired by my car, my cherry red 1990 Volvo S70.
I knew. I was like, I want to know who this is about.
Yeah, no, it's my car, man. I really love cars. I'm not like I'm not like the super like specific, like I know all the like types of engines and all that crazy stuff, but I can look at a car and tell you when that is a beautiful car, and also pick a car out of a bunch of what you would assume are trash cars and pick out one that is worth a lot of money just off intuition. I actually bought a 1990 Mustang convertible red 4-cylinder, which is a super rare one, for $500, and it was worth 10 grand. So like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, so like, yeah, no, that's what I was inspired by, my car. Yeah.
Love it.
I love that.
Yes.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, me neither.
I definitely thought it was about a female. I'm sorry. That's
No.
dope.
So,
But no, it kind of makes sense because, you know, like I feel like you're talking a lot of like mess too, like, you know, when you're shouting out, you know, the city, you're shouting at yourself and like all this, and like I'm going back to back with it. I was like, yes, talk your stuff. Talk your stuff.
Yes. So tell us a little bit more about the project. So it's dropping tomorrow.
Yes. May 8th. It's dropping May 8th.
yeah,
Where can we get that?
everywhere: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, Pandora, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to music.
So if you can't find it, if you're not listening, you're hating.
Yeah.
It's literally everywhere.
Exactly, yeah. And then if you absolutely like decide that you are too lazy to type my name in on like Spotify or something, you can go to BlkSknn.com and it'll be right there on the front, like right
Look
there.
at that.
Just press the button after that.
I mean, he's
So-
giving handouts.
You've
at this
got
point.
answers. Like
I make it easy for everybody. You know? Or you don't even have to type nothing. You can just go to my Instagram and click the link in my bio. Like
Look at
you can do that too. Like,
What's your Instagram handle?
it is.
Deep sigh.
My Instagram handle is n-word scissorhands, like n_, then word scissorhands.
Yes.
Yeah,
We talked about this because it's a
Yeah.
play on Edward Scissorhands, and I
Yeah.
love Edward Scissorhands.
yeah. I actually saw the movie after I came up with that. Like,
What?
Really?
yeah,
No.
it was interesting because I used to cut hair a little bit, and that's why I came up with it. And then I saw the movie, and I was like, "Oh, this is funny." And, like,
That is hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
I definitely thought it was.
It's like the other way around. Yeah.
nah. I think art imitates life, so it makes sense that the weird like thing came first.
I do have one more quick question about the project. So yes. Betty is our favorite. Do you have a favorite that's on the, what's your personal fave?
Wow.
Good one, huh?
My favorite is actually Len Bias.
Yeah.
That one's a super deep one for me. So like, yeah, I like that one the most.
You started off out the gate like on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't say like the first opening lines because we're on the radio, but
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was like I was like right in my creative bag with that one because I was like it was like a lot of thinking to come up with the lyrics and a lot of thinking in such a short period of time. I wrote that song really fast, but it seemed like so much thoughts at once.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm gonna go back and listen to that one. I mean, I already know it's deep and I like that one too, but now that you've said that, I'm like, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah,
what is he really saying?
A lot of hidden gems on this project, man. Like I talk about a lot of stuff. I talk about like life as far as like mortality and like, you know, how we choose to live, you know, like knowing that one day we're not going to be here. I talked about like, you know, finding peace in chaos. I talk about like, you know, the struggles of being a Black man in America. Like I talk about like there's so much content in there, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think you can listen over and over and peel something else out of it every time.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, we're excited for the project. Yes. We're excited to let everybody know about it. But we're gonna hop into another really quick break. And then when we come back, we're gonna get into our hot topic.
Yes.
And we want to thank you again for like the millionth time for coming on.
Yeah, really? No problem. No problem. Anytime. Thanks for having me. Really.
Of course. Yeah.
You guys are one of the few publications in the city that I really, really, really enjoy. So I
listen to that.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
BlkSknn said it. Did you hear that? He said it.
Vinny, can you play us out to Betty? Welcome back.
That was
so
like the
good,
worst
so good.
timing.
You're choked up about it. So good. You're choked up about it. Oh, that BlkSknn.
Welcome back.
Yes. So before the break, we talked to local artist BlkSknn about his new project, The Disconnect 2, which is dropping tomorrow on all platforms.
Yes.
You guys need to check it out. It's a vibe. It's really, I feel like it's what we need right now. Like this weekend's going to be a really good weekend. It's going to be like high 80s. So you should get outside and you should put this on and just chill because seriously. I think we all need to kind of just like center ourselves, especially with this extending for a month.
At least.
And by this, I mean the lockdown. And that's what we're getting into next. So as you guys all know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. I think we've talked about that every episode since it started. And we were supposed to be out and free by May 4th. May 4th has come and gone and we're not free yet. And that's because
we're still prisoners.
How I said last week, may the 4th be with us. It wasn't. I mean,
yes, it wasn't at all.
We're on lockdown.
You came and gone. You came and gone.
So yes, May 4th it was supposed to be lifted, but instead Governor Jay Inslee decided to extend it, which makes sense because it just didn't feel like it would, like we don't have the numbers and we're really just hitting a plateau. And they're really afraid that once they let everyone back out, we'll see.
And even in the beginning, it was a prediction.
Psych.
Yeah.
You know, the prediction was we might at this point open things back up, but we're not entirely sure.
Yeah.
And people
absolutely.
And with the state that the rest of the country is in, let alone the rest of the world, it does not make sense for us to make that plunge. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I just want to give a few facts before we really get into, you know, the meat of our hot topic really quickly. So the Washington State stay-at-home order was extended until May 31st. There is a 4-phase reopening plan in place. I read last night that this four-phase plan is actually, we will stay in each phase for a minimum of 3 weeks.
Minimum
of 3 weeks. And that can be changed at any time. If you want more information, or if you want to see this 4-phase plan to see what will be opening in what phase, you can go to Governor Jay Inslee's website, which is, I'm pretty sure it's just gov.wa, or sorry, wow.
gov.wa.
It might actually just be that.
Let's double check.
It's like gov.wa. something.
Governor Inslee's website is governor.wa.gov.
I was not wrong. So governor.wa.gov, and yeah, check that out if you guys want more information about what's going on and when we'll be let back outside. But we asked you guys last week, if this were to be extended, how will you cope with that extension? And we think it's really important to touch on this because May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's extremely important now more than ever for us to be checking in on each other and making sure that we're all okay. Everybody is fighting some different battle, whether they've lost their job, whether they're sick themselves, whether they're high risk and worried about getting sick, whether they just normally deal with mental health issues, and this is not helping at all. So we just wanted to talk about some things that you can do to cope and take with you through this next month or the next month and a half as we continue through the lockdown and returning to normalcy. So some things that I have, and these are just from the internet, you don't have to do them, but suggestions: avoid alcohol and drink more water. Water actually will give you more energy. If you start with a cup a day, it'll fill you up so you can have a smaller breakfast also. I don't know why I need to tell you guys that tidbit, but
that's actually really important.
That's a fact.
I need to jump on that train.
Yes.
I really like that one a lot because I've not been drinking as much water since I've started staying home more.
I'll agree. Yeah, like I used to actually challenge myself. I have a water bottle that I drink, and I would drink about 4 of those a day at work. Like I tried to drink as many of those as I can, and because of the way it's set up, I can drink it really quickly, so there's no problem at all. And now I don't do that, and I'm definitely drinking way more alcohol because I am way more stressed.
Yeah.
Other
Tequila's
tips:
been our friend.
Consider taking a shower every day. Now, taking a shower every day, if you've got dry skin, cannot be good for you. However, it can help you to release any toxins. So if you are drinking more, you should take a shower the next day because it's going to help you to feel refreshed and renewed, and it's a great way to de-stress.
What about baths?
I think a bath would be amazing as well.
I was going to say, I could use a bath.
And drop a bath bomb in there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's a great way to just relax, period. I'm a little bit OCD. We'll just say that now. Everybody knows now. I take a shower every day, and honestly, when all of this started, I was taking showers every day and getting dressed, fully dressed for the workday, because it helps me to stay in that mindset that I still got stuff to do. Like this isn't just this isn't going to be forever, and you need to stay on your routine. And that's really helped me to stay focused and motivated and productive as well.
I really like that, and that I found has helped me because there was a long period of time when I was just like, oh, I'm working from home. Let me just lay in bed until the last possible minute and then hop on my computer, And
you feel weird and groggy and and you're just kind of like
almost like when you wake up late and you're just like rushing and yeah. So
worst feeling.
The last couple of weeks I've gotten back a little bit more like a normal habit routine, and it does make a huge difference.
I want to mention 2 other things. Try breathing or meditating or practicing mindfulness. Take a step back, take a step outside of yourself, and really just breathe. I know a small meditation routine. You can just lay in your bed, flat on your back. My friend Marissa told me this, and you just breathe in for 3 seconds and exhale for 3 seconds. And that can really just center you. And if you're starting to feel a little overwhelmed by everything, or like you're going to have a panic attack, or like you just can't take any of it, just do that. Just stop and really just center yourself and do some breathing exercises. And that can really help. I need to take my own advice, because that's like my next step. I feel like I'll be meditating coming out of quarantine.
I do like the deep breathing.
Absolutely.
So I find that always helps me when I'm like getting overwhelmed. And that's one thing I don't ever practice is healthy breathing.
Yes.
Sounds weird.
One last thing, and then we're going to tell you guys a couple of our guests answers of what they're doing to stay mentally fit. Journaling. We've been journaling a lot. Mm-hmm. It's actually one of my New Year's resolutions. And it's just a great way, one, to kind of document this entire time that we're in, because this is a weird time. This is history. This is something that you'll want to look back on when you're like 60, if you can keep it for that long. But also it's just like a really great way, like if you're feeling really terrible or you got a lot on your mind, to just put it down on paper, and maybe even challenge any negative thoughts that you're having as well. So now, those are our tools.
No, I do like that. I find that journaling has helped me because I can get in my head so much.
Yeah.
And journaling helps me organize all my thoughts and dreams.
Jasmine, what are some of our listeners doing to cope?
Home workouts. Home workouts, that kind of goes, for some people that is kind of like meditation in a way, you know, it's peaceful. Cleaning out their closets, dressers, pantries, organizing.
Oh my gosh.
We ourselves have done this.
I am, like I said, I'm OCD, y'all, and like literally if I have time to be in the house and look at all the stuff I have, I'm like, let's purge.
Yes.
Get rid of all of it and start over.
Yes. I've spent so much time in my room the last couple of months, and I'm still removing things from my bedroom.
Right.
So our friend on Instagram, Amaya Binder, actually sent that, and that's how she's been keeping sane. Our friend Megan actually says that she's learned to love it. She's actually really thriving. She says that she might have anxiety when things start to open back up again because of all the overstimulation. See, but that is a thing that's like, that is actually a real,
absolutely,
that's a real potential for others out there as well. Like sometimes people don't do well in big crowds.
Absolutely.
That's really pretty much it. We haven't had a lot of input on what other people have been doing. Some people are saying that they prefer to work from home anyways.
Yeah.
And I feel like that might be a new norm following up on this. Is a lot more jobs are going to be
remote.
Yeah.
I definitely like working from home, but I like to work from home from other places, and that's the part of it that's got me kind of tight, if you will.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So those are some things you can do to stay mentally fit during our extension. Let's get into a really quick recap before we close it out. Our weeks, what's good? The way? Not the way.
Absolutely the way.
I mean,
my hair turned out great. The s'mores were great.
Yes.
And working more is
always
the way,
you know? Review of the week, or BlkSknn coming on and dropping the Disconnect 2.
Absolutely
the way. You guys should listen to that tomorrow when it drops. It's gonna be great. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Recommend.
We definitely are gonna be having that on repeat.
Absolutely. 5 stars. And then last but not least, staying mentally fit, staying together, checking in on each other, and just making sure that we're creating healthy habits. You know,
and that's always going to be the way.
Yeah.
You know, taking the situation and keeping it as light and positive as possible. So let us all be each other's light. Alrighty. So
that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
For the record, my nigga, I've been in the game for just a quick second, my nigga, and we growing coming from the northwest, nigga. Now Seattle's best, my nigga. I'll wake you up, you listen more and talk less, my nigga. I'm saying my wordplay make them go crazy.
As always, thank you so much for tuning into The Way. Catch you next week, same time, same place. Follow us on Instagram at TheWayJazante and on Twitter at TheWayJT. Don't be afraid to DM us if you have any questions or suggestions about the show. Until next time, bye.
Peace.